Hello everyone and welcome to another video from Optimal Ninja. Today we're going to look at Smart Algo Detector, which is part of Optimal Ninja Quartz, and how we can use it to help inform entries and exits. As the name suggests, Algo Detector analyzes order flow to draw inferences about where institutional trading is taking place. These price levels are shown by white circles, and they plot the instant that an algorithm is detected. Now, since algorithms make up the majority of ES trading, we use some smart filtering in the logic to show you only the most significant levels, so your charts aren't overwhelmed with plots and it's much simpler to analyze in real time. Now, there's quite a lot to say about this indicator, so I'm going to split this into more than one video, but let's kick off with some general principles. Algo levels in themselves are not buy or sell signals. Rather, they are intended to 1. Keep you out of poor trades so that you don't trade against them, 2. Give exit signals for open trades, and 3. Reinforce entry setups. And as with all indicators, the key skill is to interpret the signals in context. For today's video, we're going to look at how to interpret them in the context of a ranging market. As a broad guideline, in a ranging market, algos that print as price moves higher should be regarded as selling, and algos that print as price moves lower should be regarded as buying. So enough of the theory, let's have a look at how we can use them in actual trading. On screen, we have the most recent ES session. This is Friday, May 10th, 2024, and of course we're trading the June contract. We've just opened the equities session. It's about 9:30, and at 10 a.m. we have consumer sentiment data, but until then we are firmly in long mode with all these blue bars. Earlier we had a pullback to session midpoint, and on the opening bar we've had a retest of midpoint with buying a few ticks ahead of midpoint, which is a sign of buying aggression. However, as I've said before in these videos, our primary method of buying is entering at value and not chasing the market, so we are waiting for a pullback. But if you were long, on the following bar is our first algo plot of the equities session, and it prints as price rises into this prior high and after 3 consecutive up bars. I would generally interpret this as profit taking on prior long positions, and so that would be a good place to exit an open long trade. Conversely, it would be a terrible place to buy, as it's very likely we'll have a pullback here. But let's be very clear here, this is not a short signal. We're still in long mode, and algo plots call near-term movements and not major swing points like session highs or lows. Given the buying aggression at the open and this quick 3-bar move, it's likely that traders will be looking to buy the first pullback of the equities session for at least a retest of the prior highs, so buying here would be a sensible long off the upper quarter line. You could exit on the next bar for 12 ticks profit, but since we get a long signal with Smart Entry Finder on the following bar, you might want to hold that trade for 24 ticks. You'll notice that we get another smart algo near the close of this bar. Again, my view is this is highly likely to be long algos closing as price rises rather than the initiating of a new long or new short position. Shorting here wouldn't make any sense in the context of a rising market, and new longs are more likely to take place on pullbacks. So if you're long here, I would definitely exit. On this down bar, we have an algo printing as price moves lower into this prior swing level, and on that basis you could buy the close of the down bar for a 12-tick profit target, although the market moves pretty quickly off that level, so you might not be able to get a decent fill. As always, if you can't get decent value on a trade, then stand aside. There are always other opportunities coming along. Next area to look at is when the market sells back off to midpoint after the consumer sentiment figures come out at 10 a.m. You'll notice that we have a smart algo plot as price moves down here and another almost exactly on midpoint. These double signals in close proximity at meaningful areas like session midpoint are often great entries, but again the market is moving pretty quickly here and it can feel quite stressful to take these signals. As I just said, there's always another trade coming along, which in fact we have on the close of this up bar into the grid line. Again, we have a double algo signal as price flows back into prior support, so you could certainly short the close of that up bar to target 12 ticks or more back to session midpoint. And on the following bar, we have a Smart Entry Finder short signal, so it's worth holding that short open to target 24 ticks profit. In terms of stop placement on this trade, the easiest approach is to simply consider what would be unexpected. If we believe the market is becoming bearish, we would certainly not expect price to break back through here and close back above the upper quarter line, so my stop is about here. Now this bar is a useful bar to examine. Smart Algo Detector has plotted as price sells off, and so we can expect a rally of some sort, but as I said at the start of this video, always consider the signals in context. Whatever you do, don't buy the close of this bar, for three reasons. Number one, a smart trend finder is red and therefore giving a short signal. Number two, the position of the bar is poor. This level was in the overnight session and does not look particularly significant. Number three, the lower quarter line often acts as a price magnet in these situations, and it's likely that we're going to hit it before too long. And number four, grid lines are more powerful as support and resistance, and this bar closes between them. So I'm still looking for shorts, but as always, I'm looking to short at value. And the next bar gives just that. We're shorting the close of this up bar into prior support and just below midpoint, and our profit target is the lower quarter line for about 18 ticks profit. The stop is above this micro double top, which itself is above the midpoint, so the market would have to do quite a bit of work to break through that. The final bar we're going to look at is this bar, which puts in another smart algo signal on the close, which is also very close to the lower quarter line. So if you were still short at that point, that would be a clear heads up to take profits at 24 ticks on that short. And if that wasn't a big enough exit signal, Smart Entry Finder also gives a long signal with the blue bar outline, so that bar is absolutely not a short entry. And at that point, I will conclude this video. I hope you found this introduction to Smart Algo Detector helpful, how it can help keep you out of bad entries, help you find good ones, and tell you when to exit profitable trades. My name is Richard. Until next time, as always, all the best with your trading.